Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for coming back. I have taken a small break, around 2 weeks or so, because at the time, at the time that I did the last video, I had a premonition about Her Majesty the Queen passing on, and they said it was going to be in a few days' time. It was a very sad thing for me. And something that you might not know about me is that I am connected to the Moroccan royal family. So, through my mother, and she is the cousin of the ruling king. Second cousin, not direct cousin. I believe all royal families are connected somehow. That was what someone was telling me, that royal families were connected somehow. I don't know of a connection that we have, the British one, apart from a shared ancestor. A long time ago, a woman, her name was Zaida. She was from an Arabian lineage, I believe. And she was descendant of the house of Abraham, like myself, the prophets, and so on. But anyway, that is believed. She is believed to be one of the Her Majesty the Queen. She's passed on. I was very busy in prayers after that. The Queen has been very inspirational for me. Myself, I am very inspired by her. I used to feel a very strong spiritual connection to her. I still do. Even from the other side, I know that she's in a very good place, because she was an amazing woman, and she was a real example for any woman, really. I think, or any man even. Wanting to be of service, and wanting to be steadfast, wanting to be someone who is inspiring to others. And it's funny, many people don't know her in person, but I find this sentiment a lot, where when she passed on, a lot of people cried that they didn't know her. My own mom did cry when she passed on, because my mom is a professor of pathology, and she was encouraged by the Queen early on in her career. She met her in person, and she was encouraged by her to become a doctor and a professor and so on. So my mom was very affected by it. But we are sad, but we know that she looks upon us all from beyond, and she is still guiding us with her spirit, and we will never forget her. Rest in peace, our beloved Queen Elizabeth. Okay, so sorry guys, I just wanted to give you an idea of what was going on with me. But now, this episode, I'm going to talk about the Trappist, the last planet that harbors sentient life, according to the ETs. Within the Trappist system, which is Trappist G. Now, there's an interesting thing that the ETs said to me earlier, as I was preparing for this episode and getting the messages. They said the Trappist planets did not all develop life at the same time or around the same time. There were gaps. So the first one that had developed life was Trappist F. And then after that, Trappist E started developing life, and then Trappist G, which I'm going to talk about. This is the last one of them that developed life. Obviously, the two planets, E and F, are older than life when life developed on Earth. But apparently the G, the planet G, is younger than Earth. The life in it has started after life first appeared on Earth. Okay. However, it was continuously evolving. It didn't have gaps like ours, and it didn't have trials and errors with other species or other Homo sapien even, or other people basically on the same planet. It continued. The evolution was continuous of the people that developed on Trappist G, and it continued since then. Hence, and all of the Trappist system really. Hence, why there is an energy of them being much more advanced than us. If you go to the Trappist F video, you will find that is what is going on there. Now, Trappist G is my favorite. I would say my favorite from the 3 E, F, and G. But it's just a personal preference. Everyone, I mean, people. If there was no variety, it would be very boring, right? Everyone has to like something different than other people, or be interested in something different. So that adds spice to life, and to the variety is something very beautiful, I find. So my interest in Trappist G made me focus very much on it, and I got like very powerful revelations from the ETs with regards to this. It is an aquatic planet, mostly aquatic, okay? It is not icy, but there is water and ice in it. It has the most water out of the 3 planets, apparently. I haven't looked at the Trappist system. I don't look at the actual astrology or science and like fully until after I do the remote viewing session and the communication session with the ETs. Now, it has aquatic creatures because it's got the most water out of the 3 planets. It's got aquatic creatures that are extremely amazing. They're 100% peaceful and very intelligent, okay? By 100% peaceful, I mean like they will not practice aggression against any other living thing, okay, unless it is a source of food for them. But that also is done in a very divine and superior way to what we do here, which is like just, for example, angle fish and like catch them randomly, or animals and so on, which is okay. I'm not having a go at anyone who is not a vegan, but that's the way that it is. Yeah. They establish a mental connection or a psychic connection with the creature, and make sure that it passes on comfortably and goes into the other dimension before they capture it for food. Which, if you go to the Trappist F system, you'll see how the king and the queen on Trappist F, what they do, and people on Trappist F to catch their food, get their food, and what they consume exactly. Now, there is no technology on Trappist G. Okay, there is no technology on Trappist G. There is no technology that is indigenous to the planet over there. It is a strictly spiritual space. Okay, strictly spiritual. There are powerful magi under the water surface. It is a place of sanctuary for the royals who come from F. They come for sanctuary, for advice, and for healing. The aquatic creatures are of great, magnificent beauty. Okay, what I saw was a creature that looked like, I kid you not, it looked like a merman. Okay, it looked like a merman, and he was extremely large in size, like I would say 10 feet tall, something like that. And he had these green shiny scales that were like iridescent. They changed color as the light shone on them. It was absolutely gorgeous. Okay, the face was very. They have faces. They're very humanoid. The faces, and it's just when I first caught a glimpse of that creature, I thought it was something like a jewelry box that's been opened or something. I thought it was a treasure of some kind. But then I discovered that it's actually a living creature. But it was incredible. They do have the concept of the third eye, okay? The third eye concept, similar to the concept of the third eye that we have here, where they do have eyes for normal vision. They're like membranes over the eyes. They're very like, they're I wouldn't say almond-shaped eyes, but they're very beautifully slanted, the eyes. The nose is very small, tiny, and the mouth is small also. But the eyes are big, but I wouldn't say overly large. Like not like in with the Greys, they have really big, magnificent eyes. These ones have eyes that I would say are 2/3 the size of the Greys' eyes, but they're much more slanted. They have a flowing body, like it flows with the I think it's like, because it's developed in the water, it's very fish-like, but it's very, there are these like beautiful strands of something that looks like keratin or skin, but it's very colorful. It's like they've been dressed up in this the most fancy, beautiful creation, and it's God's creation. He is obviously, if we look at ourselves, we have powerful beauty within ourselves, but they have their own kind of beauty that even we view as very beautiful, and something that looks extremely appealing, and also at the same time captivating. So when you see one of them, when you see one of these creatures, you feel that you just get lost in the beauty. You can't really you can't you have to keep looking at them. It's a very like appealing, alluring look, but in a very divine way, not in any sexual way or any like low vibrational way. It's a very divine connection that you establish with that creature once you see them, and they're very open. I have not it's the first place that I go to really that I do not feel fear from the creatures. Like, I've been remote viewing Europa, for example. I've gone to Ganymede, I've gone to many places. If you see, the series is full of like remote viewing sessions, but this is the only place that I haven't really actually felt any fear from the creatures. Therefore, I was very relaxed when I was viewing them myself. It is such a magnificent place, and it is, if anyone goes there, they will come out absolutely cleansed from everything and healed completely. These creatures on Trappist G, these beautiful creatures, are extremely kind-hearted, are extremely generous. They are very enlightened, okay, and they can manifest like that very quickly, okay, but they only manifest good, positive things. They will never hurt anyone or anything. They have the power of telekinesis. I saw them moving things without touching them, like kind of rearranging blocks of things under the water. I wasn't sure what it was, but they were moving it without touching it. They just fixed their gaze on it, and they kept stationary under the water, and you'd see this like place, a rock or something, moving slowly out of the way, or for them to build something. They were building something. It's almost like they nest to have their offspring. I haven't seen any eggs like with the Greys. I haven't seen any place, specific labor place like Ganymede or anything like that, but I just saw smaller versions of the big one swimming around, and they were so adorable, so beautiful. But you can just feel that they're very, very high vibrational, almost angelic. They have angelic energy. They're very aware of things, not just within the Trappist system itself, but all over the universe. Even when I approached them, I felt like that they knew about Earth, and even the Abrahamic religions, and the how It was how some people in the past have contributed to damaging these religions and skewing them into things that are not like the initial religion at all. There is nothing that's practiced now on the planet, or very rarely you'll find that it's practiced with the original message. It's always been changed to serve people and to serve their politics and their wants and needs. So they are aware of that. They are aware of it. It saddens them greatly, but they feel that the earth had a choice, is what they made me feel. It's like people have a choice whether to make it or not to make it on our planet. Okay, and how to go about that is, if you go through my videos and other messages that I've received from other creatures, is to take care of the planet, environmentally look after it. But more importantly, these ones were focusing on emotional and karmic kind of energies. So they were saying to me that if you hurt someone, the way that you are living on your planet is everyone is hurting. Everyone is already separated from others, even though there are no physical barriers. They said to me, it is a very like a system where it is a jungle within a crafty piece of art. Someone designed it, or the people, all of them contributed to designing this system that was it looked very nice on the outside, but it's very destructive on the inside. It's very rotten on the inside. And what it does to the human psyche and human mentality is remove them from spirituality, from their religious beliefs, from the most high energy in this universe, God, from all of the beautiful things that are out there, and make them focus on their own needs only, and on how they look, what they have in terms of money and so on, and possessions, what they do, and that attracts karmic energy, they said, to the planet Earth, which is something I was feeling already, actually. But there's a lot of karma that gets attracted to planet Earth by just the system, the way the system operates all over the planet, the bureaucracy, so on, the having classes that are higher than others, people who earn more than others. But they said that in the future, which is something that I had seen as well in a lot of psychic visions that I've had, and if you look on my channel, all of my predictions are starting to come true. I'm going to separate them in videos or shorts, like each one that's coming true. If you go to the prophecy video that I did for 2022, all of the things that I've said in it are coming true one by one, and it's very specific. So it's not I don't feel that it's disputable, and I don't see that it's disputable. There's no, unless someone doesn't like the fact that someone else can see the future, or if someone is operating from a low vibration energy, negative energy, then they can triumph and flaw that, or find holes in it. But it's very obvious for anyone who is balanced, who is high vibrational, that these messages are true. Okay, anyone intelligent who has like a high intelligence or a good intelligence, they will see that these messages are coming true. It's very clear. Okay, so I'm grateful for that. I get surprised by my own predictions and I freak my own self out. I'm gonna leave the psych predictions in the description where I did the psych predictions on that video, but it contained a lot of messages from what they repeated to me themselves. So they were saying that for this energy that is on Earth to subside, there needs to be a change on the planet, okay? And it has to come from the roots of the system itself, okay? And they said there are changes now that people are making that are very good, but they're not enough, okay? And I saw something whilst I was remote viewing them. I saw something. I get these hits and premonitions at random, and I don't control them. I don't have any control over them. So I saw something that wasn't nice, that's going to happen around the time of November. It could be nice, it might not be nice, but I just feel from what they told me, it's not going to be very nice, okay? And it could be something that will restrict people's movements again, like a lockdown, basically, or things coming to a halt. Basically, what I saw was water arising from the equator, the equator of the planet, the middle of the planet, like the equatorial regions, or down in like these hot areas of the earth. And I saw this water going up in one wave up towards Europe, all throughout the United States. And I was sitting on top, my spirit was sitting on top of that wave, and I was seeing it go all round. Even I was transparent in the vision. I looked like a wave myself. But something wants to happen around the time of November. So I do say my predictions. I say them in my videos, and I embed them within the videos for a reason, because, and I make them, even though sometimes I will know specific details, but I will not say them because spirit are not allowing me. So I will be saying something like something will happen in November, something that might slow things down. There is water involved in that thing. It's going all around the globe, okay? And it's a result of the karmic energy. As soon as we start to love each other more and focus on loving each other more, and take our focus off trying to better other people, be better than them, or do it better than them, or be more important than these petty things, as soon as we start to focus on our energy as a whole, because the energy, not only in our country or our continent or our planet, it's universally all entangled and connected, okay? So that's how I can remote view places as far as Trappist 1 without going there with anything, okay? And some ET races that are very advanced rely on this energy that we use as psychics to see remote things, or even any psychic or person can get a dream, a prophetic dream about something, rely on this specific energy to travel around the universe, okay, physically travel around them. They've cracked how to connect it with the ships and with themselves physically, so it will take them there. I have seen this practiced on earth. Obviously, if you know my background, I'm from very spiritual family, very old and ancient spiritual family. I have seen people from my family do things like like teleportation. They would go a place in a second, they would be in another place. I saw things like that. I've seen teleporting objects and people, okay? Someone came, one of my ancestors, one of my uncles, he's not alive now, God bless his soul, but when he was alive, he came and saved me from dying of thirst. Okay, one day, I had nowhere next to me. He came to me and stood in front of me with a bowl of orange juice. It was in a pumpkin, you know, the pumpkin bowl, made out of a pumpkin, husk of a pumpkin. And it was like the best orange juice that I've ever drank in my life. But as soon as I finished drinking it, he disappeared from in front of me, okay? And when he disappeared, something dropped off of his garment that he was wearing, and I held it. And when I went to meet him physically, before I gave it to him, he said to me, "You've got my necklace." And I nearly urinated on myself. I was very young at that time. It scared me. But now I've grown up, I know that this is possible, and I know that we have it in our DNA as human beings. We can do it if we just push ourselves hard enough. So they were saying about this karmic energy that it needs to be fixed, and that the earth will make it, but it will be in a higher vibration. Okay, in the end, after all of these things happen. They can cure any illness. They are healers. If they come into contact with someone, or if they focus on someone and want to do it, they can cure anything. I certainly have felt a lot better since I've remote viewed them, and I have healed from things that I suffered with for a long time, and now suddenly after I did this remote viewing session with them, they went away. Okay, they were not major, but they were things that, like, you know, this pain that you have on your side or in your lower back that you can't get rid of, or something like, you know, toothache or something, or a teeth that aches you a lot. And then when I went there, all of these were gone. These things were gone after the remote view. It was absolutely amazing. I'm so grateful. They use oceanic items and herbs, and mainly manifestation to survive. They are between 8 and 10 feet tall. The one I saw was 10 foot tall, but I saw also others that would be 8 foot tall, I would say. They have gills, they have webbed feet, they have a different blood than ours, and a bigger cranial capacity than ours, okay, than as humans. So that was amazing. It blew my mind, and I just left with the most loving and peaceful energy that I have encountered so far in my journeys around the universe, my remote viewing journeys around the universe. And I was so happy to get advice from them and hear about the future and hear about spirituality, about God, that they all worship in their own way and they're all connected to Source. Which some people call Source. I call him God, but other people can call that energy Source. It doesn't matter. The religions don't matter where the religion, I believe from what I'm seeing spiritually, it's just about the person, okay? And what they want to do really genuinely, and how their heart is, on how fast they go to the higher vibrational planes when their soul leaves their body. I'm glad to say that I have seen that Queen Elizabeth is in paradise. Okay, I've seen that, which was very happy for me. It was happy for me to see, obviously, whether it's a vibrational match to paradise that I've seen her on, or all of these details. I don't concern myself with them. I'd rather keep it simple and say I've seen her in the highest place possible on the other side, okay? And this is my experience. Like I've said, I reiterate that these videos, these recordings are my personal experience. I am sharing it with you guys and with people, to give them an insight into it, to also let them know that psychics exist and remote viewing is a real thing. One day all of the things that I'm saying in the videos are gonna be fact, you know. People are gonna know them as a fact, you know, maybe a long time from now, but they will know them. And it could be sooner, who knows. And certainly, all of the predictions that I've made on this channel, all of them have come to pass. Okay, and I will start making shorts and publishing them of the predictions that I've made. And I'm grateful to God for them. I'm grateful to the Most High. I would be nothing without my God. I would be nothing without the Most High. And I would not be able to do any of this if I didn't feel the power and support of the Most High God behind me, holding my back as I go through these journeys. It's a very scary feeling that not to believe. And I think from, it's very unfortunate, but God is real. And these creations add to his power and to what he can do. We are not the best that God can do. This is something that I learned from my journeys, okay? I'm going to try and make this series 17 episodes in the first in series 1, which I'm now going through, and then I will start doing another series after that, okay? But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming to the videos. Thank you for your patience, for your support. If you're someone who's been subscribed to the channel for a while, and please remember me in your prayers, in your positive affirmations and rituals as I do you. May you be blessed. Anyone who has watched this, may you get what you want in life and beyond, and may you be fantastic and even more amazing and fabulous than you are now. Okay, let me know if you've had any personal experiences or even dreams or visions about these things that I'm talking about, or even about different things connected to extraterrestrial life and to life beyond our where we live here, in this dimension on this planet. There are going to be other episodes about other dimensions. I'm going to try and make them in this series, and about creatures that come from, they're much more advanced than us. They were here before we came here, some of them to Earth. And even on Earth, there is very interesting and intelligent, highly intelligent life forms that we don't know about, or the majority of people don't know about yet. So I'm going to try and make episodes about that. But I love you guys so much. I've missed you guys, and I will see you guys in your next video. Be blessed always. Thank you so much.